Hello and welcome everyone back to another video. My name is Captain Tay. We're back with another banger video, and today we're going to be talking about PulseChain, the best place to be for this altcoin season, a leverage of Ethereum, which is a leverage of Bitcoin. At the end of the day, you guys already know we only have one bull run every 4 years, so you want to make the best out of it. Holding Bitcoin from 100k to 200k is only a 2x. That is not going to give you financial freedom. Same can be said about Ethereum, going from 4k to 15k aspirational price target. That is not going to give you financial freedom. This is why you look into the leverages of them, and this is where I welcome you to PulseChain. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you subscribed here for at the end of the day, right? For the key information asymmetry. What do you know that 99% of other crypto investors and traders do not know? Whilst they're running after the already happening green candles, they're waiting for tokens to be listed on centralized exchanges so they can then jump into it. We're going to show you guys a case of that with this video. This will show you that we are truly early. You, by watching this video, by default, you are winning. You're ahead of that curve. So let's watch this video.
I don't even know what Pulse is, to be honest.
Look at this. This is hilarious.
PLS. It's not even on Binance. I don't care about a coin that's not even on Binance. The fuck is PulseChain? It's ranked 3,345. Who gives a fuck about your altcoin? PulseChain.
It is ranked that low. That is true.
So low on coin market cap. Who cares? If you want to be the kind of person that's going to take a look at stupid ranked 2,000, 3,000 coins, have fun losing all of your fucking money, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. That is exactly what a retail investor looks like. The guy who waits till the barriers for entry is lowered for him so he can just, I want to buy the tokens on centralized exchanges. He doesn't even understand that, hey, centralized exchanges, my friend, it is not your keys, not your crypto. You guys seen what's happening with Coinbase locking people's accounts left and right. Do remember this, guys. It is not your keys, not your crypto. Now, the second issue that this guy is doing is that he's using CoinMarketCap, which to an extent you guys can argue that it is of course centralized, and there is actually an ongoing lawsuit with CoinMarketCap, which is owned by Binance, because they have been deranking HEX. So look at this. Ryan Cox filed a class action lawsuit alleging that the defendants manipulated the price of cryptocurrency called HEX by artificially lowering its ranking on CoinMarketCap.com. The defendants include 2 domestic companies, a foreign company, and 3 individual officers of the current company. So once we look into, this is what he did, by the way. Again, this is a retail investor for you, where they only have one source of information retrieving website, which is centralized and not the best. And he's waiting on centralized exchanges to list his token so he can buy on it. So basically, guys, effectively on the S curve, which Richard Hart talked about, he is one of those people that are either in the late majority, if he's lucky, or the laggards. Okay, so yeah, these are, guys, what you call the non-believers. This is why I'm making these videos where we were here in PulseChain for the past year. I've been talking about it, whether my views are up, whether my views are down. Hey, if I'm making these videos for views, guys, I'd be making Solana videos. I'll be easily making 10 times more views. Okay, I'm not doing this for views at the end of the day. I'm doing this because I believe in this, and I hope I reflect this in my videos. It's super exciting to see stuff like this. But, you know, I guess it's not his fault because he did use CoinMarketCap, which a lot of people trust. And you can see it is indeed, guys, ranked 3,000 something. You know, look at this. HEX, which is at almost 3 cents, 16 billion markup, is ranked at 2,900. They're still down ranking the PulseChain products. Okay, and this is not great in my opinion, because once you look into the true stats, once you go into the token rankings, this is again using another site, the true stats, and then you exclude the stables, you will realize that based on market cap, HEX is actually the number 11 in all of crypto. Do you see what I'm saying? And actually as well, going on CoinGecko, this is also a very trusted. You can see that PulseChain is number 5th out of all chains by TVL. Now, obviously, you ignore the Sepolia testnet because that's a testnet. And yeah, the TVL is 1 billion, guys. This is effectively all the total value locked in all of the liquidity pools within PulseChain. This is the true dollar value. So you telling me, whilst we are here, gate kept at top 5 chains by TVL, and we have PHEX, which is supposed to be at top 11, we're still ranked in the thousands in coin market cap? Yeah, something's wrong. Okay, we are really gate kept. Let me tell you, the fact that we're barely on one centralized exchange, we are early. We are early, let me tell you guys. Okay, so I hope this guy either, if it's destined for him to make a lot of gains, if it is, he can revisit PulseChain with a more open mind and really look into it. One of the first steps to make more money, to unlock your full potential, is to jump from using a custodial wallet to a non-custodial wallet. As I mentioned, centralized exchanges, use them what they are for as a service. Don't leave your money parked there, because you wouldn't leave your car parked in a petrol station overnight. We've seen what happened with Celsius. We've seen what happened with FTX. All of a sudden, they can either freeze your bank account because they have plausible reasoning, not your bank account, your actual wallet, because they have plausible reasoning, or they can get bankrupt on you and then all your money is left away. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. Right, so before we jump to, or apologies, as we jump into Pedi, the next segment, because obviously there's a lot of people who are very Richard Hart Maxi, right, who believe in the core 4, the Pulse, PulseX, INC, and HEX. They don't think Richard Hart is still behind Pedi. And I want to show you guys a few reasons why. Number one, and I've said this before, but we're going to quickly cover this. Richard Hart actually spoke or implied, bragged about Pedi, because it was the only token that did a 5,000x. As a matter of fact, right now is at 10,000x from the all-time low. Look at this. These are 4 tweets. You can cross-check this. You can see the tweets are still up. A coin that did a 5,000x already. Check. One free ERC20 copy that did a 5,000x. So this is what we're talking about. Okay, this is why Pedi, the narrative, is super unique and only possible within PulseChain. Now we have dozens of other layer 1 solutions of Ethereum, forks of Ethereum. PulseChain is more than that. It's not just another layer 1. It is a full system state copy, as I said, right? With the full airdrop that happened. Yeah, that's why it is referred to as an ERC copy. Here, one of the free coins did a 5,000x price this year. He bragged about it, guys. Look at this, 137 million market cap for free with 1.2 million in liquidity. He was talking about Pedi, guys, with no doubt. And you're telling me that he's not behind it? Because do you know what's crazy? Is that if you actually go and check on Dex Screener, you scroll down, you check PulseChain here, and then you see the top liquidity pools, you'll realize the top pair is actually Atropa / Pedi. The top pair, guys, the thickest liquidity in all of PulseChain, is worth $142 million above all the other Richard Hart core tokens. You telling me that he wouldn't tweet about it saying, hey, I'm not behind this? Because here's an example of him making a whole ass tweet talking about a very minor thing, which is WPLS is interchangeable 1-to-1 with Pulse. You don't have to trade it in a pool. Pulse is also interchangeable with wrapped Ethereum on Pulse 1-to-1, but there's no easy front end for you to do it, so noobs get chopped up for no reason trading it in normal LP pair. So guys, he made 2 paragraphs writing to people telling them, hey, don't lose money from swapping your Pulse to wrapped Ethereum, which, by the way, that's like around a 0.3% charge slippage. And he made 2 paragraphs. You're telling me, because he's worried about his investors, right? But you're telling me he didn't write anything about warning people about Pedi, when Pedi is literally the elephant in the room with the thickest LP out there? Yeah. This is why I tell you, Richard Hart is most likely behind this. It is not a matter of how will Pedi go to $1. It is a matter of when will it. And I don't think, by the way, I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, Pedi to $1 in Christmas time or in January. No. I don't think it's going to happen this soon. He's going to leave the chart to do its thing naturally, okay, organically, so that we do look at this beautiful looking chart, by the way. Look at that. This is the entry. This is where I started making videos about PulseChain. You can see the bottom from here we are to where we are today. My viewers would be up 150x, comfortably up 150x. Okay, this is the OGs. This is where like not a lot of people. Look at this, guys. Look at the volumes down here. Look at that. $500 in volume. It's so crazy. 1,000K, 1K in volume. Look at the average volume that we're having nowadays. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions. It's so crazy. The majority of retail investors, they generally just follow the green charts. And most of the times when the green charts already happened, that's the FOMO, fear of missing out. You don't want to catch the bad side of FOMO, guys. This is not how you become a disciplined investor. You want to follow. You want to look into where is everybody not there yet. Be the contrarian. Look after the low volume. Buy the red candles. Be greedy when everyone's fearful. That's how it works, guys. Come on. I told people last year, hey, in December is a year. December is a month of holidays. Not a lot of people are going to be thinking about reinvesting. People will be thinking about, spending. So don't expect too much action. More like consolidation, maybe even a slight correction before New Year's, which is going to be huge, guys. We've confirmed that we are indeed in the altcoin season. Everyone who watched my exclusive video knows about this. They know about this. Okay. So yeah, going back to it. Here's the other part that I really like from Panos. Big shout out to him. I don't think he believes in PETA, but he's doing this as a meme. He goes, rumor alert, Richard Hart meets with Elon Musk to discuss making PETA the world reserve currency of Mars. Okay. You know what? Hey, it works for attention grabbing, because now people are going to be like, hold on, what is PETA? Even though he doesn't believe in it. I hope this video changes his mind. But in terms of the title, this is what you guys click this video for, which is what do you mean by Pulse and PulseX, INC, and HEX are leverages of PDAI? Okay, I'm going to start off by, hold on. How many X's are we away from $1? 40X. Okay, as you guys can see here. How many X's are we away from PWC going to Bitcoin parity price? 64X. Okay. But after it reaches, well, at least with PDAI, after it reaches $1, it's going to stop there, guys. This is how it works with the MakerDAO vault, right? It's algorithmically backed. As soon as he collateralizes it, it will be at $1, behaving like a stable coin. Okay. Fluctuating, feeding the AMMs so that it acts as an actual $1. But what's not going to be, what's not going to stop from going up further? The Richard Hart core tokens. Okay. And this is where I give a huge shout out to Decentralize Me, because this part of the video talks a lot about this, which is effectively, I'm going to be talking about supply distribution. I told you guys, Richard Hart actually owns half the supply of PDAI, almost 12 billion plus of PDAI Richard Hart owns. Okay. And as well, we already know that there's sacrifice funds, that we're going to get exposed to that with, the Richard Hart core tokens. It is actually in profit. His DCA entry price is around 3.7 and Ethereum price is around 3.9 roughly. So we're up 665 million of buying power. This is why I talk about PulseChain being a true leverage of Ethereum. Richard Hart did this exact same strategy with HEX. This is what helped it go to do its 10,000x. It changed a lot of people's lives. And matter of fact, by the way, 2 weeks ago, I met up with, in IRL, I've met up with a Hexican that has reached financial freedom from HEX, ladies and gentlemen. And it's crazy, meeting up with someone like that. It's crazy. PulseChain is real, guys. Richard Hart he retired in 2003 when he was like, 20. With a 60 million salary. He's not doing this for money. And then he was so early in Bitcoin. I think he was mining it from when it was 50 cents. So crazy. And matter of fact, Richard Hart is one of the most knowledgeable about Bitcoin devs out there. I would argue even more than Vitalik himself. He knows Bitcoin more than Vitalik knows about Bitcoin himself. So yeah, the strategy that he did with the HEX, by the way, because of course, if you guys didn't know, the HEX, when it launched in 2019, there was a pre-sale. There was actually a pre-sale. And Richard Hart used that pre-sale to then do buybacks, but he also longed Ethereum. And then he started rotating in from Ethereum to HEX when Ethereum topped, you can actually see that, transition. I'll show you guys probably in another video when it's, exclusively about HEX. And that's what helped it reach to where it was, the 10,000x. And at the same time, of course, the OA bags, when it was holding around 90+% of the supply. The same thing that we're seeing within, guys, the same thing that we're seeing within PulseChain. Look at this. If you go back to the main page, which by the way, yes, today is kind of red. What do you expect? It's the whole crypto market as well. It is also a weekend, which, most of the institutional markets are closed basically. So you don't expect too much from the week. Sometimes, guys, you need to zoom out to reduce the noise as well. Okay, so don't worry about this. So if you do reduce it to the 7-day, you can see, yes, there is indeed a small correction. This does go hand to hand with the fact that, just like last month, we had Thanksgiving, we had, Black Friday, and then now we're having Christmas coming soon. So again, these are chances for you to grab the final front row seats. So same thing here. If we do a week, you'll see that not really that much of action. Ethereum is down 3%. Bitcoin is barely just up 1.8%. So yeah, we're still in that part of the cycle, right, where we need Bitcoin to move first, and then Ethereum to move second, and that's where we're seeing the trend reversal with the ETH BTC ratio. This is a really great metric to keep track of. Apologies, it's actually this one, ETH BTC, where we're seeing a hammer candlestick pattern, which is a nice bounce back trend reversal. Hopefully we see a 0.04 plus ETH BTC ratio. Tons of other things like total crypto market cap, others crypto market cap. Again, that's for another video. But the main one here, I'm going to tell you guys, because usually I've spoken about this in other videos, is a Bitcoin dominance. Usually with all the other previous patterns, again, you use pattern recognition. The white lines are indicating the Bitcoin halvenings. You can see, or apologies, not the Bitcoin halving, the kind of the beginning of the altcoin season. You can see that the Bitcoin dominance peaks, and then now it falls down like a falling knife. And I think we're creating the same pattern right now. So us catching this very soon, catching the falling knife very soon before the momentum has started, is an indicative time, guys. This is an opportunistic time to get in. We have confirmed that we are in the altcoin season, especially if we see, look at this, guys. Oh my God, the first red weekly candle on the super trend. That is crazy, man. It's the clearest as day. Altcoin season has been confirmed. 2025 is going to be the year where you have the highest chances to gain financial freedom, generational wealth. I kid you not. This is obviously not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys you're going to expect any gains from what I'm talking about, but I'm telling you in general, as an educational friendly advice, 2025 is the year. Okay, so there's that as well. This is the video that I wanted to talk about, but before we get into the video, I just want to say a quick thank you to the YouTube members who chose to support my small channel. Thank you to all the new members as well. By the way, you guys have an exclusive members video that I uploaded, which is my strategy for the 2025 bull, where I talk about everything I know, which is, guys, it accumulates to around 1,000 hours of research in the past year. Matter of fact, after this video, I'm going to be uploading a part 2 to my exit strategy for 2025/2026. So there's that as well. If you want to understand how my thought process goes, you can support me, and then you'll get hopefully your value back from the info that I provide. And a big thank you to the highlighted comments here. We are early. And then here, yes, thanks DJ Khaled. Since your content, I have 5x'd on Incognito, bro. Bless you. Thank you very much. Incognito is a very bullish project. You guys can check it out. Previous video. How do you think these coins will fare next bull run? Do you think coins like Incognito, A1A, PTGC will be around and thriving if I plan to hodl? I'll be answering exactly that question in that members exclusive video that I talked about in the part 2 members exclusive video, which should come after uploading this video. So yeah, thank you very much. This is the part of the video that will quickly summarize why do I think PulseX, INC, and HEX are leverages of Pedi. Because remember, Pedi only has 40x from here, and that's it. The gains stop. It will stay at $1, and that is it. It can't go further. It's not going to go to $2. But PulseX, Pulse, INC, and HEX. Oh, baby. That's when it just is getting started. Let's watch the clip.
And that's the plan to peg Pedi. Why is pegging Pedi so important? What makes it central to the success of PulseChain and everything on it? Well, let's look at what happens once Richard collateralizes Pedi.
Big shout out to Decentralized Me, by the way.
Maker, and the 22 billion of Pedi is worth $1.
So basically what he's talking about here, the collateral is, this is how the MakerDAO vault, right, with DAI, the one that we have cloned from Ethereum, this is how it works, is that you need to put it in a vault, and then to make that token behave as a stable coin, because basically those functions of DAI that we have here, they're basically they're inactive. For you to activate them, you have to put it in a vault, and then you need 150% over collateralization to actually have it activate as a stable coin. So where do we get that amount of money? Knowing that Pedi has around 24 billion in supply, that means we need around, so if you pull up a calculator, we need around, if you do 24 times 1.5, right? We need about 36 billion in supply to over collateralize Pedi. Where do we get that? That's exactly where, guys, the puzzle pieces all stick together. This is why I'm telling you, Richard Hart was the man with the plan behind this. This is why we have OA bags, the origin addresses. The same thing that he did with the HEX, he is done here with the Richard Hart 4 core tokens. Because if you click on this button and keep toggling it, you can see that indeed, you can see here 1.3 billion market cap, excluding OA. Including OA is around 11 billion. So that means the OA has 10 billion of Pulse. Same thing with HEX. Look at this. 18 billion, 2.7. So around, I'm just going to say 15, around 16 billion there. So 16 plus 16 plus 10. And then you have here PulseX around plus 6. So 16, let's add it up. 16 plus 10 plus 6. That is how, oh my God, that is how much we are right now. At the prices that we are right now, we are at 32 billion worth in OA bags. Very close, guys. We don't even need a 2x. We barely need like a 20% increase to be able to collateralize Pedi. But of course, is Richard Hart going to do it? I really don't think so. I think he's going to let us grow the chart organically so that we can shake each other out. And that's how it works. That's how we've been doing it. Look, one leg up, correction, one leg up, correction. This is how it is. The Elliott wave theory. You have the emotive phase and then you have the corrective phase. Simple as that. If you believe, the biggest winners are the ones who bought and hold or held till the finish line. You know, that's why they say the best disciplined investors are great at one thing, which is doing nothing for long periods of time. You know what I mean? This is why, guys, I've been DCAing into the tokens. The same top 10 tokens that I've been making videos on for the past year plus are the same today. They're literally the same today. But yeah, anyways, going back to it, to that clip, which was here.
Remember, the supply distribution.
Here, where he mines, as I told you guys, Richard Hart does indeed own half of the Pedi supply.
Is roughly 5 billion Pedi in circulation. 5 billion has been copied over from Ethereum, and Richard has around 12 billion. And putting to one side the fact that Pedi holders will rush into core coins,
exactly. One of the exit strategies of people that I've heard is that they're going to turn their Pedi once it goes to $1. They're going to rotate it within the Richard Hart core tokens, which, by the way, that is a pump effect within itself.
Richard himself can buy.
And then he's talking about how Richard himself can buy the Richard Hart core tokens. He's going to explain why in a second.
Buy the coins with some of his 12.
With some of his 12 billion that he already owns now, he's going to leverage Pedi. Right, he's going to use Pedi as a leverage to then buy back the Richard Hart core tokens. At the end of the day, guys, you know, obviously Richard Hart's main blue chips is the 4 core tokens. This is why I tell people don't underestimate those blue chips. I think a lot of people are underestimating it and jumping to the next shiny new object. You know what I mean? So yeah, keep that in mind. And as well, you know, stuff like people who are looking at the next Pedi, right? Be careful. Never sell your PDAI to jump into the next PDAI. It's very risky. I've seen it happen with Chai, this one, where people jumped into it, and then now there's actually a mint, it's mintable, and people unfortunately are dumping on people. I'm not sure what's the it's not really synced up with PDAI, so be careful when you jump in on these things, guys. The safest PRC20s in my opinion are the 3P stables: PSDT, PSDC, and PDAI, and then you have PWBTC. Those four, and of course you can look into PMaker, PAVE, and stuff like that, but not really any more. Aside from that, it becomes really risky. Do remember, focus on the main narratives, and then use fresh capital to look into the more speculative ones. Don't try to sell your main bags to jump into the new one to then try to gain back the losses or something. No. That's how you go in a very bad loop, and you end up at an overall loss, because now when you try to jump back on your PDAI, you're paying a more expensive price. And I've seen this happen when I first started in crypto, where, by the way, everyone starts from zero at some point. I did those mistakes and I learned from them. So if you are new to crypto and you haven't done this mistake yet, learn it from me. One of the cheapest ways to learn is from other people's mistakes. Okay, so take it from me. So yeah, forget about Chai. Even though it might sound bullish and stuff like that, forget about it for now. Do your own research for sure. Focus on the main narratives. Okay. So yeah, going back to here.
12 billion PDAI. Let's say he 10x's the price of Pulse, HEX, and PulseX by putting $5 billion worth of bids in. As he has backed PDAI with the same assets he has increased by 10x, the value of the collateral in the vaults would increase by 10x. The 52 billion will now be worth 520 billion. That means we would be 2,200.
That's the away bags. So do you see what he just mentioned? Using the supply he already owns of PDAI, once it goes to $1, he can then use that as a leverage to buy the Richard Hart core tokens, pumping the price. But also when you're pumping the price, you're also pumping that over collateralization, making it even safer. Guys, look at this. It makes it even safer for PDAI. And this is called the Hyperloop effect, which he's going to further explain.
180% over collateralized. Way above the 150% minimum threshold. So he can then increase the amount of PDAI he takes from his personal vaults.
Again, yeah, he can mint more PDAI because, of course, now he's over collateralizing it. As long as you stay under the 150%, you can keep minting PDAI. And of course, Richard Hart was going to do this very smartly.
Let's say he mints up to 100 billion PDAI. We would still be 520% over collateralized. Still way above the minimum threshold. And the if function would still be satisfied. Therefore, PDAI would still be $1. Again, he can use the PDAI to put more bids in.
And then use that minted PDAI that he just did, and then again buy back the Richard Hart core. This is, guys, what it means for the Hyperloop. It is a win-win for everyone. PDAI will always stay at $1 once it reach it, but the Richard Hart core tokens, guys, they're going to be overexposed to the sacrifice funds. They're going to be overexposed to the PDAI holdings of Richard Hart. Guys, come on. Oh, this is so bullish. Oh, actually,
lifting the price of the core coins by another 10x.
By another 10x. So a 10x times a 10x, that is a 100x total, by the way.
Lifting the value of the contents of the vaults by another 10x. And he can just keep doing this. And this is the whole point of PDAI. Richard is creating an...
That is basically a big shout out to Decentralize Me, honestly, for this video. This is an old video, but I remembered this segment because that's what one of the light bulb moments for me for PDAI. And again, guys, listen, you don't need to stay up to date with what Decentralize Me is tweeting or 9 Iron Capital, because they can be talking about, left and right here and there, other small little puzzle pieces. At the end of the day, all I need you guys to understand is Richard Hart behind it, yes or no? Okay, if your answer is yes, then you actually don't really need to stay up to date with this, because I don't think it will never be bearish. Like PDAI will never be bearish, or at least it might seem bearish, and that's people creating FUD. Don't fall for it. Don't act on your emotional side and just hold till the finish line. We're going to have those dips. You're going to see those days where, for example, look at this, where it, it will touch, let's say 3 cents, and it will fall all the way down, which is what it did, I guess, back here, and it did a 50% correction, right? People were literally panicking, saying, oh my God, it's just a pump and dump. They're forgetting, they're not zooming out, they're forgetting that we've done a beautiful 11 or 12x in 23 days, bro. We're so much high up. What do you mean it's a pump and dump? Look at this. Look at where I've come so far. Guys, it's a beautiful looking chart. This is a perfect looking chart. So keep that in mind. Don't be short-term price oriented. Delay gratification. The best things in life always comes from delaying your gratification. So keep that in mind, guys. Okay, and here, one of the latest tweets with 9 Iron Capital that I think is very bullish to just cover with you guys here. PDAI's on-chain activity has skyrocketed. P-Maker vaults using PWBTC. So this is one of the first earliest signs that we knew that Richard Hart was behind PDAI, because the P-Maker vaults were being tested very early on. We're talking about from day 1 of PulseChain's launch, which, by the way, you can do your homework and you can see the track records on the chain. It's never going to be taken away. This is the best thing about about blockchain, that they're transparent instead of opaque, such as the stock market using order books, etc., instead of automated market makers. But anyways, here CDAI continues to be minted, but why? PComp started PDAI's DPEG. Is its repair the last time before repeg? PDAI to $1 PulseChain. And here, first off, to start with PWBTC, the 205 wallet is the first wallet to mint PDAI using PWBTC in the Maker Vault since July 2023. Here is the P-Maker Vault being set up and used. Something has changed. You can find the 205 wallet here. So again, I'm gonna try to remember to leave this tweet in the description. You can find the wallet there. The 205 wallet has been using the USDC v3. It is notable that the same wallets running PDAI P-Maker are also operating here extensively right now. The compound pool, etc. is there. So I'm gonna skip this. I'm gonna let you guys read into this. But the favorite parts here is basically this. To conclude, the PComp was a protocol Richard Hart used to reset PDAI when PulseChain launched, and it is probably the last protocol to be fixed before the pegging. Seeing the vaults working is huge. CDAI is interesting if the minting stops. It hasn't, so that's why careful. PDAI to $1 is inevitable. And then here, just so we're clear, the 86FF wallet from above was the automated market maker bot used to launch PulseChain. This is categorically Richard Hart. The two transactions above are him minting PDAI and PSTC using PComp on day 1 at launch. Guys, day 1 at launch. Look at this. It's May. Yeah, oh my God, it's May 12th. Guys, it's so crazy. That's May 12th. Wow. So yeah, keep that in mind as well. Very, very bullish things here. Big shout out to oh, this is my bookmarks. Moving on. Yeah, that's the clip that we showed you. And yeah, just generally other videos here. I think I'm gonna basically cut the video here, but just generally, why are we in PulseChain? Ethereum gas fees are too expensive. Solana has a major G problem. The majority of them are TikTok users. Bitcoin is too slow. Of course, it's just a store of value. It's not a transaction kind of blockchain here. XRP is, by the way, fun fact, Bitcoin is not even Turing complete. XRP is slowly dying. Yeah, it took them 2 bull runs to break their all-time high. Granted, they have had their SEC case, which kind of, unfortunately, it kind of stifled the growth of XRP, but at the same time, it is indeed slowly dying, right? What is the solution? My friend, this is where I introduce you to PulseChain. Like, for example, here, look at this. The HEX vs the rest. HEX right now, from the 6th of September 2024, is way up than the rate of growth of ETH, SOL, BTC. This is what I'm talking about when we're talking about, looking at the leverage. So HEX is basically a leverage of PulseChain, which is a leverage of Ethereum, which is a leverage of Bitcoin and Sol, guys. I think its turn is going to be it. That's it. It has already done its exits from, a few dollars to $200 or whatever it is right now. We're not going to expect it to do another 10x from here on out. because it's already in very high market cap. As the market cap increases, it becomes heavier, and you're going to start to expect diminishing returns. Keep that in mind. And Solana is not a cycle 1 coin as well. Okay, so be very careful. Don't follow the green candles. Just because the XRP went up, you don't get to enter in now expecting it to do even more profits. Okay, yeah, maybe it will touch $10, but I don't think it will go anything more than that. I've heard people talk about XRP going to $50, $100, and I think even some TikTok users making XRP flipping Ethereum, flipping $3,000 plus. Are you okay, bro? This is how you get wrecked. Number one, this is how you get wrecked. And then yeah, here, a better layer 1. PulseChain, no VCs, no venture capitalists. It's decentralized, flawless uptime, 100%, guys. We had 100% uptime. We're like day 100, day 580. None of our RPC URLs ever went down. 10 second average, average 10-second block times, 70% quicker than Ethereum. World's largest airdrop that I spoke about. Cheap gas fees, so 1000x plus cheaper gas fees compared to Ethereum, and it's a cycle 1 narrative baby, meaning that this is the highest growth potential, best place to be for this altcoin season. I've been telling you guys this, you know. And then you hear Coinbase is having solvency issues. No other explanation for so many locked accounts during the bull market. Don't off-ramp through centralized exchanges. Never leave funds in a centralized longer than you have to. Cardinal rule for real DeFi. This is what I talked about with this gentleman here at the start, where he talks about, hey, it's not in Binance, therefore I'm not gonna look into Pulse. And that is exactly it. By the time we reach Binance and Coinbase, it's gonna be too late. It's literally gonna be too late at that point, because who's gonna enter? The retail investors and the non-believers who are trying to make a 5x or a 10x, because they've just done, they're happy with their little 2-3x from Ethereum and Bitcoin. They want to make even more. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I'm feeling risky. I want to go from making a 3x to a 10x. Oh my God. You know what I mean? They're going to come over in PulseChain. They're going to look at Pedi when it's at like, I don't know, 10 cents. They're going to say, oh my God, the stable coin in the making is going to go from, it's a 10x from 10 cent to $1. This is the highest gains I've ever made in my life. 10x to a retail investor is like, I don't know, their gains within the last 10 years of their stock market, you know, portfolio. So they're going to be happy. But front row seats are already gone, guys. You know, so keep that in mind. That's how it works. And here's a I'm going to end the video here, okay? Because I am sleepy. It's literally 2 a.m. I don't even know half the words that I'm saying. I've been doing too much research. I should have spent less time researching so I can prepare for a better video. But I hope you guys really increase your confidence about Pedi and understand why, from the hyperlooping concept, that the Richard Hart core tokens are actually going to be more bullish. Also, keep it in mind that the sacrifice funds, 660 million. By the time Ethereum goes to like 7,000, that's over $1 billion in sacrifice funds. Okay, it's crazy. That's 10 times the buying power that Avalanche did in the previous bull market. That it started its own mini altcoin season, by the way, when Avalanche injected like around 110 million in its own ecosystem. Imagine when we do that within PulseChain, but with 10 times buying power. Guys, it's going to attract a lot of people. Let me tell you, don't underestimate the Richard Hart core tokens. So PulseChain is the one thing that can change a man's relationship with time, a man's relationship with his money, a man's relationship with his government. This is what we sacrificed for. PulseChain is fighting for your rights in crypto. This isn't another layer 1 fork. PulseChain is a movement about freedom. Your journey starts here, my friends. Welcome. And guys, with that, I'm going to end the video there. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to leave my donation address in the description. You can consider to become a YouTube member to support me. But honestly, you watching till the end is more than enough. I'm really thankful. Join my Telegram if you have any questions, and you can message me or email me. Aside from that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I'm going to have a long 8-hour sleep. Take care, guys.